So one of the things I love about Teams is it's taken what used to be kind of a complicated thing to do with SharePoint, and it makes it automatically. So let's add some files, and I'll show you what I mean by that. And so what we want to do is we want to upload some files. And it's pretty simple. I'm going to upload just a couple of more because I might do some fun things later with these. Now, if you want to sync these to your desktop, you just hit the sync and it will appear in your file folder. I'm going to upload a couple of more. And it tells you those are finished. Now, this is one of the nice things that when you upload files or attach files to a chat in Teams, it automatically saves it to the file section in that team. If you want to go to the SharePoint view, you can also do that just by selecting the SharePoint view. And then it takes you to the traditional SharePoint site that you're used to if you've been in Office 365 before. But the nice thing is it creates it for you all in the background, and you don't have to do any of the original setup. You can always check out if someone shared a document with you. So there are different menus and things you can do there. But I'm going to pop back to this app. Now, if you go across the top, you can also make little wiki pages. So if you want to document how to do something, how to do a process, you can do a quick little documentation here, and it will always be available to your team members. Maybe if you want to onboard a new salesperson, you could do a wiki quickly here and put some links, some important information and processes in there. But you can also add tabs. And the nice thing that Microsoft has done is there are so many apps and bots that you can add. One of my favorites is to add websites. So you just click the website, and I can go to Edge and grab a link and then take it, paste it in here. Now, the other thing that's nice about it is you can select this so it always posts to the channel so people know that you've added things. So that can be kind of nice too. It keeps it in the thread of the general file. So people can always see it when they sign into the Teams. So all you do is hit save. And then that website is right there whenever you need it.
Can I add something to that too?
Yeah, sure.
So one of the things that we've been recommending different companies to look at too is there's plenty of websites and partner portals and things like that we go to on a regular basis. So it's nice to have these websites linked there, especially as you bring on like a new hire or something in your department or your team, because then that website link is there for them. So there's so many of these online web applications, cloud-based applications that a lot of teams will use on a regular basis. So quickly being able to just link that to a team and have it there forever is a nice feature that we use a lot within our Microsoft Teams.
Yeah, it really is nice. One of the other fun things I like to do is I want to add a YouTube video. Now, sometimes these can be instructional for new onboardings. You can put instructional videos on there. And you just paste the link. And honestly, this is one of my favorites. It's the introduction to Andrew. It's kind of cute.
Oh boy. He's not even here to defend himself.
Lance Benedict.
There you go.
Client engagement for BC.
Okay, I just had to show that for a second. I love that video. So what we're going to do is paste this in the link and then search on it. And it posts in your tabs here. And so, you know, it really is helpful to have all these things within Teams, so you don't really have to leave it. One other thing I always like to put in a team is a OneNote notebook. I don't know if you have experience with OneNote, but it's a really nice tool where everybody can take notes in the same place. And I'm going to create a new notebook for the sales team. And again, it will post to the channel so people know that you've created one and that they can start using it. And it just takes a second to set up. And you want to edit the notebook, and you can put things like maybe a client list or lead list. I can spell right. And then everybody can share and take notes in the same thing. So that's kind of nice too. But again, as you can see, if you want to know what some of these are, you just hover over it and it'll give you a quick description. But there are all sorts of different apps that you can add depending on what you use. So it's kind of fun. And we're going to maybe share a little bit of a bot later, so that's kind of fun too. Okay. Sometimes I can't type. Sorry about that. Okay, so we go back to the main team. One of the other things I like to do is I want to add, we're going to start planning an event for October called Cybersecurity. October is Cybersecurity Month, so we're going to plan an event at the Better Business Bureau here in Milwaukee. And so sometimes it's helpful to create a planner and assign tasks to people. So I'm going to try that. And again, it's going to post to the channel. You want to name it. And save. And this is actually a very nice little tool. It's not as complex as Microsoft Projects, which can be a little detailed. This is just a nice little planner that you can use. You can add a task. So we want to get the venue and set a due date. We want to have that at least by July 1st. And I'm going to assign that to Lance, so he can make sure he takes care of that. And just, oh, one person. Okay. And if you want to add a new bucket, maybe it's a different task you want to keep separate. We also want to plan food, right? We need to have food. And add a task. We want to have maybe coffee and Danish. And we want to have that planned maybe by the end of September, so we know where we're going to get it. And I'll take that one.
Yeah, the other way we've seen using the buckets as well is kind of the same way as more or less the phases of the project. So there might be things that have to happen a month before, the week before, the day before, and the day of. And you can kind of do phases as well. You know, in the project-based world, you have timing that's kind of set up as a maybe your trigger to move forward as well.
And these will send you email notifications to the folks who are in charge of these tasks, so you don't forget. So that's kind of nice too. You can even look at charts to see who's done what. And you can look at the overall schedule if you like to. So it's really a nice handy tool to make sure projects stay on track. And so one of the other things I want to show you how to do is to add a channel. So maybe we want to add a channel for lead lists. And automatically show this channel in everybody's channel list in the team. And again, it will only show up for people in that team. And so again, you can add different tools that you might need. And you can also manage the channel this way. And everybody can start a new post, channel moderator, if you want to do that. You can actually look at who's looking at the posts and do some analytics that way.